Right now. What up? It's rendering. Everybody, welcome to Cold Calling on Steroids, the $100,000 per month lead source that nobody else is doing. This is crazy. It's the biggest game changer to wholesale real estate ever, and I'm pumped that you're here right now. I've got the whiteboard behind me, the notes, and we're going to go in depth. I'm going to share more gold nuggets on this free live training than we've ever shared on a live training. And part of it is because we went live on Thursday and we were super pumped. We hadn't opened the masterclass up in 2 months. And we opened it up and our audio wasn't working. So if you guys are live right now, I need you to, in the comments, let me know where you're coming on from and how excited you are for tonight's webinar. And give me just a second. So many people are getting on so fast that it literally is bogging it down. Let me go over to the chat here. Perfect. Yeah, no, it's lagging because there's so many people on right now.
Wow.
There we go. So we've got Houston. Josh, what's up, my man? The numbers. So what happens is the first 3 minutes when we go live on this webinar platform, now this part is normal. So as long as you guys can all hear me, we're good. But the first 3 minutes, there's a complete lag. So you guys are all typing right now. I can see you getting on because it's bogging down the thing. I just can't see any of your stuff yet. So we got Texas, Phoenix, LA, Boston, Houston again, Florida, St. Myers, South Carolina. Wow. Okay, cool. It's going crazy, and it's just it's going up right here. So hopefully the chat will all fill up. I know it's a little bit clunky sometimes here in the beginning, but guys, I'm super pumped. So last week it was really clunky. We got on, and I'm not a tech guy, I'm a real estate guy, right? But we got on. I started talking about cold calling on steroids for about 4 minutes, and nobody could hear me, so it was crazy. So we had to do tonight. So those of you that are on tonight, I know you guys are very serious about changing your life. I know you're very serious about wholesale real estate. I know you're very serious about doing big things for the rest of your future and for your life and for your family's life and those around you. So I'm pumped for tonight. It's Tuesday. If you're out on the West Coast, it's 5 o'clock. If you're out on the East Coast, we got Atlanta in the house, then it's 8 o'clock. And here we go. Tonight is going to be the dot that blasts you like a rocket ship forward into making a ton of money. Now, it is possible in wholesale real estate to make a ton of money and do so in a way that doesn't drive yourself crazy, and it takes with doing the right actions in the right way every single day. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So guys, again, welcome. If you're just getting on, guys, please let me know where you're coming on from. We're going to talk about the $100,000 per month lead source, okay, that no one else is doing. And this is huge, guys. So I'm Josh Gaiman. If you guys follow me here, and so I've got, give me just a second here. I'm gonna write. So if you guys follow me online, okay, on Instagram, it's High Gross 14, okay? High Gross 14. That might be backwards on the camera. I don't know. But it's at High Gross 14, guys. I hope you're following me. I'm on YouTube, and I drop some nuggets and whatnot, okay? So we do intensives every few months. In fact, we have our biggest and most baddest intensive coming up in Miami. It's going to be August 22nd and 23rd. You can go to, what's the website? It's crushcitymiami.com. It's going to be amazing. New content. So there's these 2 new deal sources that are outside of cold calling on steroids that we're literally getting multiple deals from every single week from. And I'm going to talk about all the secrets and how we're getting from. The coolest thing is there's almost no cost to them. But tonight I'm going to talk about something that you can get multiple leads from every single day. Okay, that will be the biggest game changer right away and forever in your business in wholesale real estate. So when you get into wholesale real estate, here's the thing, guys, it's a marketing game, okay? And when it's a marketing game, that means you need leads. If you don't have leads, it's going to be hard to get deals. Zach, what's up out of Rhode Island? Super pumped. So guys, if you're just getting on right now, go ahead and let me know where you're coming on from. Super excited, guys. We're going to talk tonight about the $100,000 per month lead source that nobody else is doing. Now, this is something that has revolutionized my business over the last several years. I got into real estate, for those of you guys who don't know, back in 2009, and I did tons of short sales. There was foreclosures. There was short sales where people owed $200,000 on their house. The house was worth $100,000, and we'd go into them and we'd say, "Look, you're in foreclosure. We're going to work with the bank," and we'd turn it into a great deal. We'd wholesale it. We'd flip it. We'd list it. We'd do all these things. Fast forward in 2014, all of a sudden, the foreclosure crisis right here in Phoenix, which is kind of like the foreclosure capital of the world, right? Like I would call it like ground zero for foreclosures back then. I know Florida's bad too, and Southern California, Nevada, Texas, some of these other markets. A lot of other markets too that I'm not talking, that I didn't drop. But that was going on. All of a sudden, they kind of worked themselves out. Like people that weren't going to go to foreclosure or let their house go because they owed so much more than it was worth. Like that just all happened. And all of a sudden, like those deals weren't there anymore. I was like, crap, what am I going to do? So I found equity sellers. And the coolest part was going from these deals where you had to negotiate with the bank and spend several months to figure out if you could get a good deal or not, to go right to the seller and say, I've got cash. Will you accept this offer? And if they say yes, you can close next week, right? A lot of times it's a vacant house or, right, depending on the situation, but usually within 30 days, no problem. So we've got Phoenix in the house, Sydney, H-Town Boss, Rhode Island, Atlanta, Lubbock, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Tennessee, Miami, Austin. And so, guys, we're talking about the $100,000 per month lead source that nobody else is doing. I'm super excited tonight. Again, so I've been doing wholesale real estate for a long time. You guys might have seen me on Instagram, out at events, something like that, running with a lot of the guys and doing deals for several years. So I can tell you, if you're on tonight and you're not sure if this business is for real, I can promise you it is for real. You can do tons of deals. You can make tons of money. And if you're already crushing it in real estate and you want to do more deals, you want to have more predictable deals, more instant deals, you want to have a lower lead cost, you want to have a lower deal cost, you want to have a higher conversion, right? Then this webinar is absolutely for you. So guys, if you're, like I said, if you're a beginner, you're getting into wholesale real estate, this webinar is going to be amazing. And if you're already crushing it, then this webinar is going to be absolutely amazing. Either way, it's going to help you tremendously. It's either going to help you, if you already know how to get deals, get a bunch of more deals faster. Or if you haven't gotten your first deal yet, it's going to help that happen at a much more affordable rate and a much more fast pace. So I'm super pumped, guys. All right, so guys, make sure you stay till the end. At the very end is where I'm going to drop the most technical knowledge with the actual resources, where to go, etc. Right? So stay on here. It might sound like a little bit of a sales pitch or a whole bunch of excitement for a while, and that's because I want you to truly grasp how great this business is, how profitable this business is, how simple this business is, right? And it's not always easy, right? Now, it is simple, but it's not always easy. So you need to be a do-ru, not a guru, right? Get the info, take action, okay? And at the very end, I'm going to tell you specifically some things you can do to immediately get leads and deals in your business. Now, this is going to help you whether you decide to jump in the masterclass, which we've got 7 spots left, 4 out of 10, or if you decide not to. Either way, this is going to help you get leads and deals in the next days, weeks, and this quarter. All right, so guys, there's 3 secrets we're going to talk about tonight. Now, these are the 3 secrets that make cold calling on steroids just an absolute game changer. All right, so you got number 1 is reverse cold calling. Okay, now what reverse cold calling is reverse cold calling. We take cold calling, okay, which is the most oldest, time-tested, proven method of prospecting, and we turn it into marketing. Okay, now to break that down, what marketing is when you have sellers contacting you. Okay, in this business, and in general, marketing is where you have customers coming to you. Okay, prospecting is where you go to the customer. So prospecting, you're standing out in front of a store, handing out coupons, saying, "Hey, come do this," right? And you're touching each person individual. Marketing, you got the sign up, and you're saying, "Hey, come to me." Okay, and they're coming into you, right? Now, typically, marketing costs a ton of money. Prospecting costs a ton of time and energy. The coolest thing, the most effective out of all of them, is actually cold calling, which has been a prospecting based thing. You had to call this number, then this number, then this number. And then there's dialers. You can call it quicker. You can hire other people to do it, right? The reality of it is it's going to burn you out. It's going to burn anybody out that's going to do it for a very long time. And if you're going to hire a call center, it's going to be incredibly hard because you're going to have turnover. You're going to have drama. You're going to have overhead. You're going to have frustration. People aren't going to do it the right way. Right? So you can do automation is so much better. So that's inbound cold calling. We take something that was outbound, we turn it into inbound, right? So we can scale it without driving ourselves crazy or going broke. Okay. Now the second secret I'm going to dive into is app hacking. Okay. Now what app hacking is using technology to do everything I just talked about. Right? It's really pretty much that simple. And then number 3, the third secret I'm going to talk about tonight, and let me write this down real quick. All right, so to recap really quick, can we see, no, I can probably just move this better. Okay, so 1, right, is going to be reverse cold calling. Okay, and then 2 is going to be app hacking. And then the third thing that's going to change your life is going to be the marketing budget hack. If you guys come to Miami, you're going to firsthand witness and meet people that have used these as secrets to revolutionize their business, make millions of dollars, go into multiple markets, and absolutely crush it. So, guys, reverse cold calling we talked about. Okay, that's how we use cold calling to bring deals to us in the form of marketing. App hacking is the tech behind that, how it works. Marketing budget hack is how we do it super cheap, affordably, and absolutely crush it and get insane margins in this business. Now, if you guys are just jumping on, guys, let me know where you're coming at us from. Super excited. We're talking about cold calling, the $100,000 per month lead source that nobody else is doing. So it's awesome. All right, guys. So we've talked about inbound cold calling. Okay, we've talked about app hacking, and we've talked about budget hacking. Now I'm going to go more in depth on those. Okay, and I'm going to talk about the 2 pillars that makes all this possible. I'm going to talk about the websites you need to go to and how you're going to set it all up. Okay, so hang with us till the end, guys, because I'm going to give you crucial information whether you guys decide to join the masterclass or not. Before I get there, guys, I want to tell a quick story. So, reverse cold calling, inbound cold calling. When I was in my sales training, right? So a lot of you guys, if you don't know, I came from the car business where I learned to sell, and I played college football. Post that, I went into the car business. My second or third month, my sales manager said, "Josh, you need to sell 5 cars this month, or you're going to have to go do something else. It's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for us to keep you hanging around because you're not converting anything." I was like, crap, and it really sucks. Like, it hit me in the chest. I was a former athlete, and I was just kind of a go-getter and whatnot. Maybe you relate to that. And that really sucked. And so what happened was that month I did not sell 5 cars. I sold 4 cars, and I made sick gross profit on those 4 cars. It was like $20,000, which $20,000 on 4 cars in the car business 14 years ago. Damn it, dude, I'm old. Was pretty good. So they let me keep my job. But what happened, what I realized was this was a numbers game. Okay, sales was a numbers game, but you had to ask for it. You had to understand what was going on. And at the end of the day, you had to get in front of people that were interested in doing what you were trying to do. So in this case, we're trying to get sellers to sell their house. And we all know, like, you drive down any street and you're like, signs go up and people sell their houses and people move. So like, it's happening. How do I get my hand in it, right? So that's the key. So it's all going to come down to volume. And I'm going to talk about the 2 fundamentals that make the whole thing, which are going to separate you from everyone else in the industry and help you have a successful and amazing lifestyle versus just kind of trying to get by and having a job, right? So I'll get into those 2 fundamentals in a minute. But I'm back at the dealership. And so to take you guys back, I had worked at a small dealership in Oregon. I told you guys the story about my first couple of months. I started having some success. And one of my best friends said, "Josh, I'm moving down to Phoenix. I'm going to go to the Harley school and get my Harley degree." And I was like, "I want to go to Phoenix." I was like 22 and single and stuff. So I came down to Phoenix and we moved here. And I went to a huge car dealership that had tons of leads coming in. I was like, "This is awesome." And then they were like, "Hey, go pound the phone, smile and dial." And I was like, there's like millions of people in this town. There's all these people coming in to buy Chevrolets. I'm here. Like, I can close them. Why do you want me to go hit the phones? Like, this doesn't make sense. And what I realized, guys, is so there's this huge dealership, right? And they would have 1 or 2 people out in front of the store to deal with all the traffic that was driving into the store. The people that are like, "Hey, let's go look at a car tonight. We need a new car," or whatever. And then they had all these other salespeople upstairs or in a back room or whatever, waiting to try to get out front and greet the warm traffic, which was the traffic coming in off the streets. And they were up there just smiling and dialing, pounding the phones. And so I was like, this is freaking crazy. Now, luckily, the first few days, like, I hit a hot streak. I sold a whole bunch of cars, and I kind of won favor with the sales managers and stuff like that. But within about a week, they still put me on the phones, just like everybody else. And so what I realized was happening is that these car dealerships, this car dealership in specific, the biggest Chevrolet dealership in the country out of Phoenix, Arizona, Midway, they were taking the human capital to get on the phone and turn cold calling into marketing, because they would have so many people calling. So what was crazy is they had 20 salespeople working in the showroom floor on a Friday night, and 4 people are out on the parking lot showing people cars, and like 16 people are out like cold calling, right? And it was crazy. And so what I realized is, like, holy cow, this is really powerful. And they would want you to get 2 appointments before you could go home at the end of the day. And it was like super stressful, because if you didn't have your 2 appointments, you couldn't check in. And it was like, or you couldn't check in and say, like, "I'm going home." They'd be like, "Do you have your 2 appointments?" You'd have to show them in the system. People would like try to BS it and whatnot, but it was stupid because you're working on commission, right? Like we are. Like, if you don't close the deal, you're not going to get paid. So it's not like just being like, "Well, I made a bunch of calls." Like, that doesn't do you any good. It's going to burn you out. It's going to frustrate you. It's going to cost money. It's going to cost time and energy, and then you're not going to be successful. So that was a grind, I realized. But what I realized for the dealership is that it worked. They could take human capital, make tons of calls, and they could turn prospecting into marketing because they had so many outbound calls going. Now, they were doing it with humans. It's a lot to manage, overhead, energy, etc. But I saw that it worked. It was a numbers game. And in fact, to really bring it home with the inbound cold calling, so like I was saying, eventually, I kind of hit a hot streak at the beginning. They were putting me out front. They were trying to put me in front of people. They're like, damn, this guy can close. And I had that kind of small town approach, really good energy, really excited to be in a new place. It's sunny, there's palm trees. I'm like, let's crush city. And so it was awesome. But then within a week or two, I had to nestle back in and jump on the phones a little bit. And I did some cold calls. And so right away, I'm like it was, so it's 120 degrees outside. You're like, my soles are melting to the pavement, but you come inside, the AC is going like crazy. And all of a sudden I got a cold call. And I'm like, I want a cold call. So my palms are sweaty, like I'm cold, but I'm hot. Like it's crazy. My soles were just sticking to the ground and I got a cold call, all these numbers. And I'm like, I've got it. So I'm like, I walk into the sales manager's office and I close the door. I'm like, hey, Ron, I'm like, I don't really know what to say, bro. Right. And like, I think I'm being suave because I'm like, I've sold some cars. Like I'm the dude, I'm crushing it. Like, I'm only a few days in, made him some money. He seems to like me. He's like, dude. And he was super cool. Right. Ron. So he's like, hey, come in here, sit down. And he goes and grabs the sales log. Now, the sales log is a book of all the leads that came in over the last, several days, right, going back. So think about it like your Podio or your CRM, whatever you're using, your lead sheets, the people that have called the last 2 days. And he just starts calling one at a time. And he's like, hey, you went to the store, you talked to so-and-so. I guess we didn't make a deal. I think we got a new car in. You should check it out. Come on in. And he was just saying the same thing over and over. And I was realizing like he was just saying things people wanted to hear, trying to get him back in. That's all he was doing. I'm like, that's so simple. He's playing numbers game. And like quickly, he set several appointments. And so he was so cool. He was gracious. He showed me the fundamentals. What I realized, guys, it wasn't so much with this reverse cold calling thing. And he was doing it still through human capital, not through automation. I'll get into the app hacking here in a minute. What I realized is he was just playing the numbers. Like he would just call and like, do you want to sell your house? I know you're in here. Hey, we want to make you a great deal. We just got some new inventory. Please come back in. I'm a manager. I'll help you out. And so what I realized, he just said the same thing over and over and over and had success. And what I realized is it's not so much about what you say, but it's really about how you say it and how many times you say it, right? That's where the true leverage is. And so that really drove down a point for me. And I realized how dealerships were making so much money having tons of people call because they have way more salespeople than they really needed for how many people were coming into the store, right? They're just paying like, hey, we'll pay you commission when you sell stuff, if you sell stuff, but really we're not paying you per hour or anything, and hit the phones, right? And they're just trying to get leads. So it was a cold calling on steroids game through human capital, okay? Now, fast forward, all right, about 8 years. So from like 2007 to 2015, I'm now in real estate. We're crushing it. We've gone through the short sale thing. If you guys jumped on here earlier, I was talking about my short sale days, all that, right? And I kind of know how to sell. I know how to do real estate and whatnot. And I'm doing this wholesale real estate thing now. So now we know how to go out and get deals and structure them and underwrite them, figure out how much they're worth. We've got some cash buyers. We can move them. We can make some money. And it's fantastic. Yeah, right? And we're trying to get more and more, and we're spending tons of money on direct mail, tons of money on pay-per-click. Now, these are things that will bring us in leads, but they cost tons of money. We have to convert them or we go broke. Super expensive lead cost and deal cost. And my partner, Mark, he comes in when it was like towards the end of the afternoon, and he says he had had coffee, with another investor here in Phoenix. And this investor told him they had, I think it was like 27 or 28 flips going on simultaneously at that time. Mark's like, holy smokes, it's quite an operation. Like, what are you guys doing to get so many flips, to have such a pipeline, to have so many deals going on right now? Like, that's incredible. 27, 28 flips going on at a time. That's like, how are you getting so many deals? And the guy goes, well, it's kind of crazy, like we kind of like, we record a message and then we just send it out, and that way we can send it out to way more people than we could call. Some people just call us back and they're like, yeah, what do you have to say? And I'm like, say no more. So within 24 hours, we had beta calls going out. We had beta campaigns going out for Ccos. And these days we were using lead sources. I'll talk here in a minute about the budget hack, but we were spending way too much money to do it. We weren't doing it right. We were doing it to the wrong list. We were driving ourselves crazy. We were saying the wrong things. We didn't have the right processes, right? All these stuff. I'm going to take you guys hand in hand through every step in the masterclass. Tonight, I'm going to cover a ton of it, as much as we can. But it was working. So, right. So if you're here, like just there's a golden nugget, right? Like that works, right? It's a numbers game. It's a massive game. So it was awesome. So within 24 hours, we had beta tests going out. We had leads coming in. I couldn't believe it. Like literally the next day, I'm like, because when we'd order, when we go to direct mail, even to this day, right? Like you put in the order, you decide on your font and your copy, what it's going to say, what color you're going to do first class, you're going to do this, you're going to do a postcard, you're going to do a yellow letter, you're going to do this font, all these things. And then you send it and then it goes to the mail house. They have to print it. Then they drop it to the post office and then it goes out. And you got a lot of absentee owners or even in-state owners, but maybe you're in Tennessee and it's coming out of California, or you're in Florida and it's coming out of Washington, or you're in Washington, it's coming out of New York, right? Whatever. Like, so it takes like usually 2 to 3 weeks from the time you spend all that money and put your faith out there that you're going to get a deal through this marketing and the time that your phone actually rings. And all of a sudden now it's like, holy cow, like within hours, not even within minutes, the phone's ringing with people that are like interested in selling a house. Like, this is crazy, and it costs a fraction, right? We could send these messages out. Now back then we spent a lot more money. So guys, what happened was right there, the light bulb went off, and then we started looking into, okay, how can we automate this whole thing, right? And so that was, I talked about the reverse marketing thing, how the the car dealership would use the numbers, right, to turn prospect into marketing. And I talked about the app hacking, right, which is how you use automation to replace the human capital to achieve the same thing. And then you don't have to have a call center and overhead and stress. And I've had people that tried to do it that way, and they came back to me like, show me the cold calling on servicing. Like, what the heck? Like, yeah, dude, why would you be, or lady, dude, like, why would you guys be trying to like do that? Like, you're gonna drive yourselves crazy and spend all this extra money and energy and time. Like, no, that's not how this business works. You want to find ultimate leverage, ultimate velocity, and you want to go right to the best sellers, the motivated sellers, and crush deals, and you know how to convert them and crush it. So guys, now the marketing budget hack, this is crucial, because when you're going to do that, like early on, okay, like I said, we had the beta campaigns going out right away, but these beta campaigns were more expensive, and we weren't always hitting the right list. We had the wrong message. We didn't have the right systems, and we'd call them from one number, and they'd call us back on another, and it would bug the phone. Like, there were so many problems. So then we figured that out. And do we have the slides uploaded here now?
Yeah. So you know what?
Okay, so I think we're good for a minute here. So I'm going to get into, so we got several things. I want to talk to you guys about the 2 pill fundamentals, the key resources, and then I'll show you guys some of that stuff. But here's the thing, guys. So I'm going to kind of wrap up the 3 secrets, and we're going to start going a little bit more in depth. All right, so the inbound cold calling, we take prospecting, going to the seller, which is the most efficient way of getting deals, and we turn them to where they're inbound. They're coming to us. We use app hacking to do that. We use the marketing budget hack to do it super affordably. So you can have the lowest deal cost, right, and the maximum amount of leverage and profitability in this awesome business. All right. Now there's there's 2 pillars, right, in cold calling on steroids. You've got volume and you've got consistency. So volume is how much of it you're going to do. Consistency is how much you're going to do it. So give me just a second, guys. I want to get into the key resources. Can we pull the key resources up real quick?
The only slides we haven't heard the testimonials.
Oh, okay. No, we don't even need. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the key resources here with you guys. All right. So best data, and this is kind of hard to write on. So if you guys can see this, or maybe it's backwards.
You can hold it up.
It's all good. So best data. Best data is going to be huge. All right. Now you need to truly crush it, volume, and consistency. What's that? Oh, there we go. Okay, we can use whiteboard. So here we go. Yeah, we can put that right there, so I can just roll off that. All right, cool. So way better, guys. So give me just a second. I'm gonna grab pen. They'll show up. All right, guys. So the 2 pillars, we've got volume. We've got consistency. Now, volume is how many calls you're doing per day. And if you're doing 100 calls, 1,000 calls, whatever, it's going to get little bit of results. You do a bunch of calls, it's going to give you a lot of results. You're going to crush it. Now, consistency is doing it every day. So don't do a whole bunch one day and not do anything the next day. Be consistent. Do it every single day. Do a bunch of it. If you can go to the gym for 15 minutes daily, that's better than going for 3 hours one day and not going for 2 months, right? So same thing. All right, with volume and consistency. Now, best data. Let me get a different color here. Best data is going to be best results. Not all lead sources are created equal. Most of them are copycats of another one that are marked up. So you want to get the best data, the best list, the best phone numbers, right? The most accurate list, the most accurate phone numbers. All those things are different. We'll teach it all inside the masterclass. But just know that the best data is going to save your life, okay? Whether you're doing direct mail, you're cold calling, you're prospecting, you're cold calling on steroids, like no matter what, like data is key, okay? When I talked about volume and consistency, you want to be running it every day. And I recommend, guys, that you run at least 2,500 calls a day. Okay. Now, some keys when you're leaving this call is you want to sound natural, okay? So if you sound like, hi, this is so-and-so from 1-800 We Buy Houses, right? Click. If you say, hey, this is really out of the blue, but I'm click. Right? Hey, I just sold a house. I'm interested in buying one in the area. I don't know if you have any interest in selling, but if you do, would you call me? If not, you don't need to call me back. It's that simple. Get the message out. Now, why would they call you back? Well, I buy houses as is, which means you don't have to do anything. Okay, and I'm going to go break this down slowly and in depth in the masterclass, but for tonight, I want you guys to get the nuggets. If you're writing notes right now, right, sound natural. You're local, you've got some money, you've got some cash. Now, when you tell them what you do, tell them why that benefits them, right? So that's conversion secret side of things. That's super important. So if you buy houses as is, right, that's the feature. The benefit is that means you don't have to do anything. And they're like, oh, that sounds good. Okay. You can pick the closing date, right? There's no fees. These are things that they want to hear. Now, if you can substantiate that and make it work, and it's true that you just sold a house and you have a situation of why you're calling them, even better. You have good energy. When you call them, you literally believe that of all the people you're calling this and sellers, and they want to call you back, you're going to literally find somebody else that's going to be crazy. Okay. So get your calls out per day. All right. So guys, you're going to have the best data. You got to have the volume. You got to have the consistency. You got to do it every single day. Okay. Now you're going to have a message that's going to sound organic. You're going to have a good list. Okay. Now when you send it out, you're not going to use press 1 options, press 2 options, anything like that. Because when you do, same thing, click. It's like, hey, this is Josh from 1-800 Houses. Click. Like, no, I'm local. I just sold a house. I've got some cash. Are you interested in selling? Like, be warm, be friendly, be positive. And you're going to get, people are going to want to respond to you. And then when they do, you're going to find out, are they a real seller, or are they looking to sell in the future? Are they not really looking to sell? And then from there, if they are a real seller, are they a wholesale seller possibly, or are they just a retail seller? Are you just going to follow up with them, or you can lock in right now and possibly turn this thing into a deal? All right. So that's super crucial. So guys, best data. Now I'm going to talk about, a couple key resources real quick. So for you guys that are on live tonight, so let me jot down a few websites. All right, so for lists, when you guys want to buy lists, there's a couple different types of lists. Actually, 3 big types of lists, okay? I'm going to erase this for a minute. All right, so all lists can essentially be broken down into these 3 categories. Lists, wide niche, which is my favorite, okay? Blanket, which is my least favorite, but my biggest deal ever, $120,000 wholesale deal came from a blanket lead source. They cost almost nothing. It's a great lead source, especially if you're just starting out. I'll get more into that later. And distressed, or there's several different calls words for this. Distressed is the best, right? So distressed is going to be like your foreclosure, your probates, your notice of defaults, your code violations, your evictions, your water shutoff list. I'm giving you guys a whole bunch of really good gold nuggets right there. You might have to grind to find some of those in your local market, but you will get deals out of those. Eviction list, tenant list, right? Water shutoff list is a really good one. Foreclosure. And all right, so real quick, so the wide niche list, those are great because you can get huge volume. Remember we talked about volume and consistency. You got to make tons of calls. It's a masses game, and you're going to play the numbers. So with wide niche, you can go up to lists like 65 plus, own the house for a long time, have high equity, and you call 50,000 people. There's going to be some people looking to sell right now that want convenience, that don't want to pay fees, that want to sell it as is, that want to just deal with someone local that makes them feel comfortable, and you're going to crush it. You're going to be so happy. You'll be blown away how easy it is to finagle 5 or 50 grand into a 50 or 150 or $500,000 house. Like, it's just, you can just do it. Like, it's crazy. You just got to play the numbers game and know how to talk to people and know how to create the leads. Okay, now white niche list is I love because you can get your volume. It's the best for cold calling on steroids. Now blanket list, that's basically going to an area, a zip code, an area code, whatever, and just calling the homeowners with phone numbers, right? You don't really know how long they've owned it, how old they are, when they bought it, how much equity they have, what type of property it is, whatever. It's just homeowners with phone numbers. You can typically get these lists a lot cheaper than white niche lists, so it's really good for volume. But once you have a little bit of a market, and like we talked about the marketing budget hack, you can get white niche lists and you can absolutely crush it. You're still going to pay almost nothing compared to any other type of marketing, but you're going to get leads that are way more hot than blanket lists, so your conversion is going to be way higher because a greater percentage of your overall leads are going to be actual real sellers ready to sell right now, willing to sell for wholesale. So white niche is going to be the hottest. Blanket knit is going to be the cheapest. Both of these are great for volume. Now distress is going to be a good list, but you got to go deep with it, right? It's very bad for volume. That's the biggest con about distress. So with distress, you're looking at code violations, evictions, tenants, water shutoff list, divorce, probate, etc., right? So your lists are going to be a lot smaller. Usually more people are going after those same lists. They're going to be more competitive. Sometimes they're going to be more hairy, right? So for that reason, I don't love distress lists with cold calling on steroids. In fact, if you're going to target distress lists, I'd recommend that you mail them several times in a short, condensed period of time, and that you actually cold call them several times, not using automation. With these two lists right here, you can go volume and you can get tons of deals and tons of leads just by clicking a button. So I really like these when it comes to cold calling on steroids. These are more scalable. You can get way more deals this way. It's a lot easier. And you will get distressed deals that come out of these lists for sure because of the volume. But you're kind of limited to hear what you can get. So I'm not saying don't do these. A lot of times when you're new, if you want to grind it out with the energy budget, this is a great place to start. But ultimately, you want to go into blanket list as quick as you can to get your volume, and really you're going to go into white niche. Now, as you build your white niche database, which is homeowners that have equity that fit certain criteria in your market, you're building a database. So every list you buy for white niche is going to build your database. It's going to make it quicker and easier for you to get your next deal, which is super awesome. I'm going to give you guys all my resources for all this stuff. I'm going to go super in depth on all this in the masterclass. Again, there's 7 spots, so I'm excited for those of you guys to jump in at the end. But if you want to get the same list that I get them from the same company I get them, is bestwholesalelist.com. I don't know if I can write this all out. Best wholesale list, or if you're going to be able to see it, rather. Bestwholesalelist.com. You can throw that.
I'll throw it in the chat.
Christian's going to throw it in the chat for you guys. Awesome. So bestwholesalelist.com. Now, these guys will actually sell white niche and blanket list, which is super cool, and they're super wholesale friendly, so they understand what's going on in the market. So reach out to them. You go to the website, bestwholesalelist.com. You buy your records and you communicate with them. They pull the data. They're linked to all the data providers, all the best resources. This is literally who I use. The same company owns the Skip Trace, Smart Trace, which we use. So I've got about 1 million numbers in Phoenix right now, and we will suppress our data from time to time, which means we update it, we run it back through, see if we have any numbers that we didn't have before for people. If some of the ones we used to have are no longer good, we erase them, and it kind of scrubs the database. But we don't buy a ton of lists now because we've kind of built our white niche database. We just churn through it. We hit everybody quarterly. We crush deals, and it's awesome. But if you already have existing data, right, I wouldn't say necessarily just run out and buy a list. I would say, well, the first thing you should do is get phone numbers for all the data you have, especially if you've been doing a lot of direct mail, and then use the system to call everybody. So this same company's website is gethomeownersnumbers.com.
Gethomeownersnumbers.com.
He's going to throw it in the chat, gethomeownersnumbers.com, and then it's just a skip trace service. Now, what's cool is, guys, when you're calling, you don't want to use any skip tracing service like TLO, LexisNexis. There's a ton of them. I've had them all. You just have to go through huge processes just to get some of these providers. And they'll give you like 6 or 10 phone numbers per record. Well, that just means you're calling their neighbors and their friends and their relatives, and you're driving everybody crazy, and they're calling you back saying F off, and that's driving you crazy, and you're wasting all your time, your money, and your outgoing calls and your credits on people that aren't even homeowners. So it's stupid. So you want to have the 1 or 2 numbers per record that are actually the seller and call those ones, and that's crucial, and that's why I love Smart Trace. So then they're super affordable. So Smart Trace, which is gethomeownersnumbers.com, is great if you need a skip tracer. Best wholesale list is great for lists. Now, they don't sell a stress list. A stress list you're typically going to get from your local market. So if it's water shutoff, if it's tenant evictions, if it's whatever, usually the best way to get those lists go downtown, bring coffee and donuts, meet some friends, right? Like that literally will pay you in spades and connect with people out in the community. That's a community game. All right, so guys, and then minutes. So if you're going to do this automated cold calling thing we talked about, you want to sound natural. You don't want to use the press one options, any of that kind of stuff. Guys, you can go to massiveminutes.com if you want to throw that in there. Massiveminutes.com. I'm giving you guys the biggest nuggets for cold calling on steroids. So any of you guys can launch campaigns tomorrow if you want. And then I'll get into the masterclass opportunity for you guys here in a minute. But massiveminutes.com, you can buy your minutes, you record a message, you put your list in, and you send it out. And with the click of the button, you can send out, hi, my name is Josh. I'm interested in buying your house. Or if you have any interest in selling it. But if you do, I just sold a house here in the area. I've got some cash, and I'd be looking to buy as is, which means you don't have to do anything. In fact, there'd be no fees of any kind. I would pay all the title costs, and you can pick whatever move-out date works best for you. We're super easy to work with. If you have any interest, call me. If you don't have any interest, no worries. You don't need to call me back. But even if you know maybe a neighbor right here in the neighborhood or area, please let me know. I'd be happy to talk to them. I'm kind of on a tight timeline, blah, 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 right? All of a sudden the phone rings like crazy and you have all these deals. And guys, this is going to cost you a penny versus crazy amounts of money like direct mail or pay-per-click or anything like that. So guys, this is literally a game changer. You can send so much volume. You don't have to do it tomorrow and wait 2 weeks. You can do it like right away. So go to Massive Minutes, you buy your minutes. You upload your list. If you already have lists with phone numbers, boom, it's that simple. If you don't, Best Wholesale List is where I get mine, but there's tons of resources you can go to. If you don't have phone numbers for them, I recommend Smart Trace and using them for the skip tracing. There's other sources out there, but most of them are going to be way too expensive. They're going to give you too many numbers or inaccurate numbers. So that's who I use, and it's awesome. And you guys will actually crush it doing exactly what I just told you, even if you do nothing more. Real quick, will you pull up the testimonials? I know. So guys, we'll get into that in a second. So here's some testimonials right here, and I'm trying to, I can see myself. So 61K. By the way, just closed on at 55. Daniel Evers out of Florida. And Spencer out of Tennessee with the 25,500. Yeah, those are pretty cool, right, guys? Yeah, go to the next ones. Guys, there's so many. I literally get text messages all the time. Thursday, before we were supposed to go live on the webinar, that we had the technical difficulties. I got a text message from Rick Saul here in Phoenix, Arizona. He got a $30,000 cold calling on steroids deal, 3-unit property. And that within like 48 hours, John out of San Diego had hit me up. The biggest CCOS deal year to date. It's like a $1.3 million deal. He's supposed to net like 4-point-something million, or no, I'm sorry, 1.3 million, 400-something thousand on this one deal. I'll keep you guys posted. But anyways, super pumped about it. It's the biggest deal I'd ever heard of was CCOS, 400,000 net on wholesale. I can't see that check right there, but it looks like it was a good one. I don't know. He said, all right, cool, 43 leads this week, turning it up that helped. I think that was Prince back in the day out of Texas. John Sadie, there's a 15 grand assignment fee. Go to the next one. So there's a whole bunch, guys, and we have like folders. I could just boom, 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 get texts and DMs all the time in our Facebook groups, and you guys will be able to have access to these people and see a lot of this great stuff and be doing deals like this yourselves, jumping in the masterclass. But there's a $25,000 deal. Can I get a boom? Oh, and then Matt. So Matt was brand new to wholesaling. He'd studied for about a year. He went into CCOS. He took action. He started doing $100,000 a month right away. He was in Dallas. I think he's coming to Miami. Guys, if you haven't already, check out crushcitymiami.com. It's coming up in August. Seats are rapidly filling out because it's a small, intensive event. But I think Matt's going to be there. Anyways, yeah, he was like, dude, look, $134,000 this month, 118 on the books for September, which was at the time the future month. And he goes, and I still don't have a clue. This was literally like 6 months ago or 8 months ago, whatever, last September, right before Dallas. And then John, confirmation, another $26,000 deal right there. Cool. We looked at those ones. Go ahead. Yeah, glory to God and gratitude. The business is just real, guys. Oh, Tom Rummel, there he goes. He did a wholesale deal. 2 deals last month, 43 net profit. Just got another one under contract today, possibly a second one on my drive home from the first. And I have 3 more under contract that I'm in the process of putting them on the market. 2 more that I'll likely have under contract in next week or so. Loving CCOS. Can I get a boom? All right. And the next one?
That's it.
Boom. Cool. So, all right. So, like I said, there's a whole bunch more. You guys will have access to masterclass, and you guys will meet a whole bunch of those people. And there's so many more stories, like I said, you hit up with all the time. We're doing deals every day, every week, every month. It's the best lead source we do in our business.
Jordan Harold in the comments.
What's that?
Jordan Harold had a house under contract and waiting tomorrow. Tomorrow
he's in the CCOS method. It works. That's awesome. Jordan, Crush City. So awesome, guys. Now, this is not RVM. RVM is different. It doesn't work with home phone numbers. It costs more. It's inaccurate. There's a whole bunch of things. Now, RVM, can it work? Yes. Can it ever work 10% of Ccos? No. In fact, I actually trained the person you guys all knew who came out with RVM, about to see him in about 24 hours in San Diego and have a good time with him this weekend. And that's where it all came from. So that's the real deal. If you guys want to crush it, now here's what you're going to get. I don't know. Do I have the stack slides?
You did not have the stack slides.
What did I do with the stack slides? I have them. I had them. What do we do with them? I thought I printed them last week. Do you know what we did with the papers? Or no?
I'm looking for
Hmm.
All right.
Crush City. So, guys, super excited. If you guys are excited about wholesale real estate, if you're excited about cold calling on steroids, if you want to get more deals, let me know in the comments, guys. Super pumped. We got San Antonio, Texas, Rhode Island, ATL. What's up? Lubbock, Texas, Houston, Phoenix. Awesome. Miami. All right. So, guys, here's the deal. The masterclass has been closed for the last couple of months. And right now, if you guys jump in, so we've always charged $5,000 for the masterclass. And here's the truth. The information into the private masterclass, it's a 4-week class, okay, where you're going to go through, you're going to get all the modules, all the information. You're going to get class time with me and other students to implement this into your business, right? Now, the first week, we're going to go through the info. You're going to connect one-on-one with me. The second week, the third week, the fourth week, we're going to keep going through the info. We're going to launch your campaigns. We're going to make sure you're crushing it in this business, and you're going to have lifetime access. So, guys, it's a $50,000 value to get into the masterclass, okay? Now, if all you did was one wholesale deal, okay, what would that be worth to you? Whether it's your first wholesale deal and now you're going to change your life and go on and make millions of dollars like the people you see in doing wholesale real estate the right way, that have committed to it, that have gotten the knowledge, that are crushing it, or you're already doing several deals and now you can take that knowledge, you know how much that's going to be worth to you. If you can get leads for as low as $5 per lead and get deals on those leads that nobody else is getting, obviously that's going to be a huge game changer. So what would that be worth to you? It's insane. So guys, a $50,000 value, you're going to get all the information, all the tools, the systems. You're going to have a login. You are going to have the modules, all the key resources. I'm going to walk you through it and personally take you by the hand and implement this in your business and make sure that you have massive success with cold calling. That's a $50,000 value. Okay. But if you guys jump into the masterclass tonight, you're also going to get Flip Hackers. Okay, now Flip Hackers is a course I created to show you the ins and outs of wholesale real estate, how to structure the deal, how to do the deal, what to expect, how to talk to sellers and buyers. Okay, and if you're just getting started, that's going to be amazing for you. If you're already doing deals, you're going to love seeing how I do it and how we do it, and that's going to be insanely valuable for your business. Okay, now this is typically a $10,000 product. We sell it for $1,000. Okay, is out to the public, right? For those action takers, you're going to get that for free. Okay. So not only are you going to get a $50,000 value by getting cold calling on steroids, the membership access to all the modules, all the training, access to me, access to the group class, access to the pre-recordings, and be able to launch this thing right away. But you're also going to get Flip Hackers. You're going to have my script, my contracts, my templates, my overviews, and absolutely go and just crush it. All right. But not only are you going to get cold calling on steroids, it's a $50,000 value, plus Flip Hackers, which is another $10,000 value for a total of $60,000. But if you jump in tonight, I'm going to do a special price just for you guys action takers tonight. It's only going to be $2,000. You're going to get cold calling on steroids. You're going to get Flip Hackers. You're also going to get a bonus one-on-one call with me. Now, I typically charge $797 for 15-minute calls for any types of coaching. I charge $15,000 per quarter for my one-on-one students, and I have several of those around the country. Guys, you're going to get the one-on-one call for free if you jump into the masterclass tonight. Now, we had 3 people pre-register from our webinar that bogged down the other night, so we have 7 spots left, okay? But for $19.97 tonight only, you can go to coldcallingonsteroids.com. Okay, you can register into the masterclass. You're going to get all the key resources. You're going to get the membership access. Now, I'm also going to give you guys the bonus of the Facebook masterclass for lifetime. So you're going to be able to connect with the other students that have crushed it, that are crushing it, that are doing deals via this method. You're going to be able to contact me on a daily basis, or Brandon, who's running my campaign. You're going to have all the resources you need. You're going to have the modules with the pre-recorded voicemails going out, how to set everything up to the finest detail, where to get the data, how to make it all work. So guys, you're going to have the resources, you're going to have the community, you're going to have the info, not only for cold calling on steroids, but also as a bonus, all the stuff for wholesaling in general, the way I do it. You're going to have one-on-one connection with me, and I'm super pumped. So guys, $19.97, you can jump in. If that's not for you, if you're not there yet, guys, I highly recommend you check out Flip Hackers either way. Continue to follow me on social media, etc., and you will absolutely crush this. This is a phenomenal business. Okay, if you liked what you guys heard tonight, it's been about 44 minutes now. I'm going to do Q&A here in a minute. Jump in the masterclass. Okay, I promise you it's going to be worth it. It's going to change your business. It's going to change your life. Come out to Miami if you're already having some success, or if you are committed and you need your first deal, crushcitymiami.com. Guys, these will be game changers. Now, between the two, jump into Ccos. You can do it tomorrow. I can hold you by the hand. We'll connect. And if you're going to come to Miami or not, we'll figure that out. That's in a few months. Ccos, guys, limited time. I don't know that I'm going to open the masterclass again for the next several months. Now, why? Because we're crushing it. We're doing deals every single day here in Phoenix, Arizona. We just crushed a $9,000 deal closed today. We just executed 2 deals today, one of which is a $130,000 house that we're going to wholesale for probably $140 really quick, maybe $145. And then another one is a duplex that I don't think I'm even going to wholesale. It's such a good deal. We're just going to keep it. It's making $3,700 a month in a high appreciating area of Phoenix. We're buying it for $180. We could easily wholesale it for $20 or $30. That was just today. Guys, Ccos is real. It's huge. It's awesome. But I want to connect with you guys. I want to help you guys get to the next level. If you're doing deals, I want to help you do a whole bunch more deals. If you're trying to get your first deal in deals, I want to help get you going. That's the only reason we do this. But I do take so much time in my own business, right? Helping work leads, running the team, crushing wholesale deals, that we can't just run the masterclass every week. So if you're thinking about it tonight, you want to jump in, guys, seriously. And then Joshua Hernandez says, realistically, how much would I need to invest to get a deal? So with that being said, guys, that's pretty much the stack. I'll hit your question here in a minute, Josh. But guys, you're going to get a $50,000 value in cold calling on steroids. And seriously, guys, it's worth millions of dollars, because you can do millions of dollars and millions of dollars and millions of dollars forever using these strategies for super cheap. Whether you're just getting started, you don't have much marketing funds, or whether you have a ton of money and you're just looking to scale, this is the biggest game changer that exists in wholesale real estate. So I'm super excited for you. So you're going to get the membership access, every tool, every resource, all the pre-recorded, how to set it all up, how to get going tomorrow. $50,000 value. You're going to get Flip Hackers, all my scripts, contracts, templates, a Facebook group, all that stuff. It's a $10,000 value. You're going to get access to the Facebook community for Ccos, which is another $5,000 value. It's a $65,000 value we're up to. You get a free one-on-one call with me. That's another $800 value. And you're going to have access to me for life. In fact, usually on the one-on-one calls, we talk with my cell phone, and then you can text me and blow me up and drive me crazy. So I'll love it. Sean Terry, what's up, dude? Sean Terry, that's not Sean Terry. Is it Sean? Are you there? What's up, dude? Are we gonna get hammered tomorrow on champagne? I hope so. All right, so guys, boom. Ccos is the real deal. It's gonna crush it, and I'm super excited. So we're at a $66,000 value between cold calling on steroids, between Flip Hackers, okay, between the key resources, between the one-on-one call, and between the Facebook groups, both Ccos and Flip Hackers. You can get all the secrets. You're going to be connecting with all these people I've been talking about: John, Matt, myself, right, Nick. The list goes on and on. Sean. All right, so guys, crush it. I'm excited to see you guys there, and I'm going to jump into some of the questions. So, Jordan said, Joshua used 2K for the course is 8K is more than enough. I spent 1,200 for 25 leads. Joshua used 2K for the course. 8K is more than enough.
If I pay 2K for the course, is 8K enough for marketing?
Oh, dude, Josh, yeah. With 8K for marketing, you'll crush it. 1,200 for 25 leads, yeah, absolutely. Yes, Sean, that you hacked from me, 100%. If this is the real Sean Terry, please stand up. Joshua Hernandez, realistically, that was the one we just talked about. Cold calling, how do I get in? Millions, boom. House under contract and an appointment tomorrow using the Ccos method. It works. All right, guys, so cool. If you got any questions, I see there's about 18 of you guys live on right now. Difference between Ccos and RVM. So RVM is not going to get them live. You're only going to get them if it goes to their voicemail. So it doesn't work on home phone numbers, which are the best lists, and you're going to miss out on pretty much all the deals, and the best deals are going to exist in wholesale with the phones. They're very similar conceptually. They're drastically different when it comes to the results. All right, so Crush City. Khalil, crush it. All right, guys, hang out for a couple more minutes. So if anybody's typing, go ahead and put it there on the screen. And guys, again, go to coldcallingonsteroids.com. We got 7 spots in the masterclass. Crush City going into this weekend, and I'm super. Let's do it. All right. I don't know if this is a real Sean. I'll text you in a minute. But anyways, or somebody's fucking with me. Either way, super awesome, guys. I'm pumped. Crush City. We got more people on now than we had 2 minutes, or it's just messing with me. Anyways, guys, go back and watch the replay, but seriously, just jump in to the masterclass. Let me help you do deals right away, and let's crush it. Peace, love, and real estate.